especially in today's market, which is a good place to start. So we're going to get into our first topic today, and that is the NAR has stated that year over year, every single year for as long as we can remember, there have been about 5 million listings that are sold every single year. That's just the case. And it can ebb and flow a little bit depending on the year, but it's about 5 million listings. So if we're going to break into the industry, it's generally going to be, you're going to have to take some of that pie for ourselves. Now, all of that changed in the beginning of 2020. Right? We know that with the pandemic, things changed. In fact, things stopped. There was zero through the 3 months. Was it March, April, May, maybe the beginning of June. But then real estate was one of the very few industries that came back bigger than ever. And that's where it stayed that way for a couple of years. So we're in a very different landscape than it was 3-4 years ago. So now we're in a new landscape, and we're sort of on the tail end of that differentiation where it stayed really high. It was inflated 20 to 25% year over year. I mean, even in that year where there was zero for 3 straight months, they still ended with 5.5 million listings sold, and that's nationwide. So we were able to see that through that change, that it still held that number, and then it would continue to be high. And now, since we're on the other side of that, the market started to normalize, and we do have those normal ebbs and flows, but the market is very different now. And we know that because it looks like the market's going to end this year with around 3.5 million listings sold. So it's down somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 40%, which is a huge, huge number. But there are still agents that are finding success in today's market. So that's going to be my first question. I want to start with Steven. How can agents find success in today's market knowing that there's just less listings available?